Hi, I'm Miss Katie, licensed marriage family therapist and school counselor, and I'm here today to talk to you about creating peace, health, and happiness with tip number 17, which is cultivate a self-compassion practice. Self-compassion means relating to oneself with kindness and care. And it's particularly important now when many people are experiencing difficult situations because it means responding to yourself with kindness and comfort versus judgment and criticism. It also means appreciating your strengths and what is good in you and in life. And this is important right now when a lot of people are under a lot of stress because they are having expectations that aren't realistic or they're dealing with uncertainty. Self-compassion is helpful because it taps into the part of our brain that helps us regulate our emotions and decreases anxiety and depression. So how do you do this? Well, the first step really is to notice what you are thinking and feeling, especially when you're upset or stressed. And a good way to do this is just to stop and to take a breath and just notice what you're feeling and be with it. Notice any difficult feelings or thoughts. Another thing that's super helpful is to put your hands over your heart like this, especially as you breathe, and just be with that feeling. And this actually is a response that is comforting and is a mammalian response that calms and soothes the body. So that can be helpful. And then sometimes just that alone can help you let the feeling or thought go. But often what's needed and helpful is to think of some encouraging words, to say some words of encouragement or comfort to yourself. And a good way to do this is to think about what you would say to a friend who was feeling or experiencing the same difficulty that you are right now. What words of encouragement would you give them? Or you can think about other people who might be experiencing the same thing, because that can help you feel less alone and supported. So it could be just other people you know, or even just strangers. Or you can think about what a loving person, a person who's a compassionate person that you know or that symbolizes love to you would say. And to let those words come in as if that person was telling you those words of uplifting and comfort. The other thing that is helpful is to have a mantra that can be encouraging, like progress, not perfection, or I'm stepping in the right direction, or good enough. So having some phrases that you say to yourself can be helpful. Sometimes that's enough, and sometimes you actually need to take some actions. And so you could think about, if you're thinking about like a friend, what would a friend do that would be helpful or comforting to you, and actually do that? Or what would that compassionate person um, in your life do? Or what would you do for somebody who is experiencing that, and actually do that for yourself? Take that comforting, caring action for yourself. It's also helpful if you set up self-compassion practices, especially because we're all going through a more stressful time. And this could be writing down 3 things that you like or value or consider strengths about yourself, or journaling that, or writing yourself a thank you, a gratitude letter to yourself. Or it could be putting a self-care practice or ritual into place, doing something that's taking care of yourself, like going for a walk, or just soaking in the bathtub, or taking some time to listen to music. So that's really a great thing, is if you can intentionally put some self-care into your day. That's a great self-compassionate practice. So one thing to say is, it may be a little bit uncomfortable for you to do, because a lot of us are used to feeling like we need to do things for other people, or we have so much to do. But it is really important, because it's actually, research shows that self-compassion is not selfish. It allows you to be more compassionate and caring, and also feel more connected to others. So it'll help you be a better you. The other thing is, don't criticize yourself for being hard on yourself. We are all naturally wired a little bit that way. It actually protected us to kind of notice what we're doing wrong. So just kind of know that, and catch yourself, and gently offer some caring statements instead. And it is a practice. So be compassionate with yourself in your self-compassion practice. And give yourself kudos for just trying.